Hello, boys and girls. This video is going to instruct you on how to do week 1 of the research. The first thing I would like you to do is I'd like you to come along and open up the Let's Take a Trip project and open up the Google Sheets that we've been working on. I'm just going to default to room 110 for all of this. Then I'm going to come back over to Google Classroom, come back and click on my section 6. Computer Google Classroom, and then I'm going to open up the research worksheet. And once again, I'm just going to use 210 for my example. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to scroll down to number 12, which is the foods. And we're going to literally highlight the foods from our trip, but we're not going to put the price. So I need the food and the description. So I'll come over here, highlight the first part right here, do a Command C to copy, Command V to paste. If this happens, you could always just space it back. All I'm doing is doing the delete key and it takes it back. Number 2, so I would grab all my different foods, lift up the L, Command C to copy, Command V to paste. Once again, I would take this off right there, move it back. Okay, I didn't want to take up your time, so I went ahead and filled all mine in. And I see I'm missing a C over here. I didn't copy it correctly. Now, what I would like you to do when you're done, your answers I would like as a different color. So I'm going to go ahead and choose a red for mine. That's over here under text color. This way it will stick out. It will make it easier for you to confirm that your work is done. And it also makes it easier for me to grade. Now, number 12 is not done because we're going to come back later on and fill in question number 5. However, I can go ahead and add in my conversion rates from my previous project. That will be number 7. So over here, I'm going to come here and click on return, back to my project, and this is my first conversion rate. Command C to copy, Command V to paste, return, highlight, Command C to copy, Command V to paste. Now, I'm going to click out of any active cell because it won't let me close that otherwise. All right, so I am done with that worksheet right now. Now, the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to come back to Google Classroom. I'm going to scroll down to where the CI World Factbook is, where we're going to start gathering information. I'm going to go ahead and click on this. I'm going to scroll down a little bit and find the letter that my country starts with and click on that over here. And then I'm going to move down and find my country. Now, I do want you to bookmark this. So what I do is I click over here and I drag it into my bookmark toolbar. And I think I already have it someplace, but that's fine. Just like that. So I bookmarked it. We are going to start at the top now, and we're going to work through government initially. Okay. Now this one, I'm going to do capital city, and I'm going to find latitude and longitude where the country is located, but I'm not going to do the important facts. So I'm going to come over here, scroll down a little bit, and I'm going to go to government. I'm doing capital city first. So here's my capital city. I'll highlight it, Command C to copy, Command V to paste, and like I said, I would like you to be changing your color as you go along. Latitude, longitude is the location that we're looking for, and here are my geographic coordinates. Command C to copy, Command V as Victor to paste, and highlight it. Now this one is not complete yet because I will do Google search later on. We're literally going to extinguish everything that's in CI World Factbook on the research worksheet first, and then we'll go along, use another one, do our Google search, etc. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is scroll down just a little bit. On number 4, we're going to do government type first. Government type is actually right under government type. Mine's a parliamentary republic. So I'm going to go ahead and copy that in, and then I'm going to go ahead and color it. Now, who is the leader? Hint, it's in the executive branch, and we need the title of the person also. So I'll come over here, I'm going to scroll down until I get to executive branch. And my leader is President Thomas Shuok. Command C to copy, Command V as in Victor to paste. Now, sometimes you'll have a monarch, for example, England or UK will have a monarch and they'll have a prime minister. It never hurts to put more information in. In that case, I would say it's important if there's a monarch. I think Netherlands may have a monarch. I'm not sure. I'd have to look it up, but I know the UK does. All right, now who makes the laws? Hint, it's the legislative branch of the government now, and we're going to look for the upper and lower branches if it's available. So I'm going to scroll down a little bit to legislative branch. Now, Mrs. Graber's country is different than most of yours. I only have one. It's called the National Assembly. I do not need how it's pronounced in Hungarian. So I'll do a Command C to copy. I do a Command V to paste. Then I'm going to put only one. Please have Mrs. Bennett and myself look at this to make sure that you are doing it correctly. I am going to point out how it usually looks. All right, so let me open up the CIA World Factbook one more time and come to the United States. Now, if I go to government under the United States and I go to the legislative branch, it has the way most of your countries will have. Okay, so it's the legislative branch, but it has a lower chamber and an upper chamber. So the chamber name, what we're looking for, would be the House of Representatives, the lower chamber, and the upper chamber would be the Senate. Look, so we're looking for the chamber name. Once again, if there's only one, like in my country, you're going to put that down. Otherwise, you would put House of Representatives and Senate. Lord of Commons, whatever it is, they're different. We'll help you with this one. Now, the difference on this one than capital and the ones we've been working on is now government is complete. So I'm going to highlight government like this, and I'm going to mark it yellow because that means I'm done with it. I don't have to worry about this one anymore. The next one in government will be number 9, and that is going to be my flag. So I need a description of my flag, and I'm closing out the United States one. I don't need that. And I can scroll down here. There. Description. Mine is 3 equal horizontal bands of red, white, and green. I'm going to copy that and then highlight it. Now the difference is right now we are plagiarizing. When we do the actual project, you are not going to be able to copy and paste. This is just giving us all the information that we need. When we do the actual presentation, we're going to use bulleted words, and we'll talk about that when we get there. So the meaning of my flag, okay, so mine is actually red for strength, white for faithfulness, green for hope. Also, red can stand for the blood spilled in defense of the land, white for freedom, and green for pastured lands. I'm going to do a Command C to copy. That's my meaning. Highlight this, change it to red. And then one more thing, this is a Google search, year adopted. So I'm going to open up a plus sign, year Hungarian flag adopted. And my year should be 19. Actually, I have a whole date, October 1st, 1957. I'm only looking for the year, but if you want to do more, you can do more. October 1st, 1957. And I'm going to go ahead and highlight this once again, mark it as red, and I am also done with my flag, so I'm going to mark it yellow. The other ones that I didn't finish, I'm not going to mark as yellow. All right, this is it for week 1. The next video will show you what to do for week 2.